as we're underway here in Week 16. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pull it together.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And McManus able to put it through. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Check, 55 to Mike. Rip left. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Go.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And the catch made by Hopkins. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's a run with Ballage. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kalen Ballage, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. McManus' point after is good, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
See you in the slot. See you in the slot. 36.
Hey, exit.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check 13.
Hey, lock it.
Check 13. Check 30.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they
under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Balaj, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Murray from midfield. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Check the out, check the out, check the out. Check, 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 check. No.
They'll try and run with Balaj. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check, 49, check 49.
Rock it.
2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're going to try and throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off around the 41. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Rip right. 955. Hey, eat. Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 5. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. There he goes right side, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. From just shy of midfield, Murray. And that is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Murray now. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's first and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal.
They'll drop the throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Chris on travel. Hey!
8-yard loss on the play. It's
Stop.
now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Zipper! Hey, wahoo!
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Be careful.
They'll try and throw for it here. And able to haul it in is Kittle. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
They'll set up to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jalen Hurd, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make it 24-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They run it with Balaj. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 23 yards the pickup there. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Back to you.
Mike 9. Mike 9. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Yo, go.
Let's make these babies.
Hey.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Nine the mic.
Hey, Wood. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him.
Hey, pick your
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down?
Hey, Zoo. Hey, Orbit.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. On play action, it's Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. I'm scared.
Here's Murray. And he's going to go down again. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Let him know. Mark 38. Mark 38. Yeah, that's what I do.
Mike 38.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeForest Buckner racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Arizona. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's taken on the 25. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd down, this is Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here I come. Watch twist.
Hey!
36. Check.
They'll run again with Wilson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Come on, set, 8, read. Look at me, zipper.
1st and 10.
Hey, box drop.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll start on the ground with Balaj. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Here's a second and 7. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The 43-yard line.
Set, hut. 15 on it. 15 on it. 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
They'll run here with Balaj. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. On second down, here's Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays.
56, right there, 56. I got you, boy.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Nassib in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kalen Balaj, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 18 yards, first down Niners. So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10. Right, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
On play action, they'll throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He's going to take a shot for the... And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Balaj. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Throwing now is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holt. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Now they try the right side here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
It's your time. Set, hut. 15 on it. 15 on it. 56.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Hut. 6 up. Swing. Let's see. Shot.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check three. 22, Jet, Bomber. 56, 22, Jet, Bomber. You better be ready.
Here's Murray from midfield. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Cards, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers,